Hey guys, and welcome to game number 61 out of 100 of the Mack vs. Machine series, where I'll be playing 100 games of Scrabble against the top online bot, HastyBot. We're currently 38 and 22, so we're doing quite well in the series, but we are coming off a couple of tough losses, so hopefully we can get the momentum back and come away with a win here in game 61. It's going to start off very well for us. We have Jostled as an opening bingo for 96. And he plays Nook. We have the Q, which is not great, but we do have several spots to dispose of it. So options here, just QI for 35. We also have QIS and Snook for 45, which is probably better just because either way, once we use this spot, the S is not particularly valuable with the Snook hook no longer in play. And with all these other consonants, the S is another consonant, and it would be kind of nice to play it off in order to try to get ourselves another shot at a vowel to clean up our rack. So I have to imagine that playing off the S here is correct. So we will go ahead and do that. He plays Yay, and not a great draw here. Probably going to want to consider just disposing of everything with Thriver or something similar. We're close to things through this oak. Like, we almost have Provoker, which would score a lot. I don't think it's worth considering fishing. Oh, we have okay, actually. That's going to be a lot of points. So we have this and, I guess, hit. Okay, yeah, that's 40. That's probably too much to pass up. I mean, our RVT is clunky, but it's salvageable as long as we pick up 1 or 2 vowels. And 40 is a lot of points. We have Thrip, T-H-R-I-P, on our rack, but no good spots to play it. We could play it from this T, but it really doesn't score very much. Yeah, I don't really see anything else through this oak. I mean, there's Poker, which is pretty bad. Revoker, Provoker. Doesn't quite work. Yeah, I think we gotta just probably play Hip here, take 40 points, and as long as we pick up, if we pick up 2 vowels, that would be great. If we pick up 1, at least it should be salvageable. Okay, so he bingos. We do pick up 1 vowel, but it's a U, which is not the best one. Probably Turfy is going to be what is in order here. Takes away the F, scores 33. RVX is not actually that bad, especially with this E here. Certainly have chances to draw things there. Don't really see anything else worth looking at too much. I don't want to just play XU immediately to keep 5 vowels and leave that F open. That doesn't seem smart. Excuse me, leave 5 consonants, I should say, not 5 vowels. Yeah, I don't really see anything else through this E that disposes of a significant number of consonants. So probably just Turfy here. Alright, infill, and we have decent looking rack here, over mix almost. I suppose remix here is going to be hard to do better than 64 points. Yeah, I don't think we have, we're close to Vernix or something, or Vertex, using the V and the X, which would be ideal, but nothing wrong with 64 points. So unless there's a bingo here, which there almost certainly isn't, this has got to be the best play. I guess there's Mirex too. Does it really matter? Probably not a ton. Of course, there won't be another X unseen, so I'm not worried about a comeback X-bomb using this N6 triple letter score. In terms of overlaps, Murex is probably a little bit harder to overlap, both here, because there are more 2-letter words that go blank E as opposed to blank I, slightly, I think. Yeah, it's pretty close. I think I'll go with Murex. Again, not a decision that's worth agonizing over too much. Alright, so he plays Wab, which would have also played after Remix, so I don't think it would have made a particularly big difference. Pick up another V, which is not great, but an S, which is nice, especially with infills available. So, do we just play Vive? Vive does not take an S, which on one hand is unfortunate because we have what's now the last S in the game already. There are still 2 blanks out though, and we are up a lot, so just giving back as little as possible is nice. Oh, I think we have something better. We have Vendies over here, which is 44 points, but not only that, it really exhausts a lot of the board. It takes away the E, takes away the T, takes away the N, which are all good bingo lines, especially the E, since that would be a double-double and score a lot of points. So if we do this, we go up 150. There's still 2 blanks and a Z, so don't want to count him out too early, but I feel like it's going to be fairly hard for us to lose after Vendies. So let's go ahead and play that. Okay, he plays 2E, and we pick up 1 blank. Of course, we do still have that other V from Vendies, which is the one kind of annoying tile in this rack. Something like Vommer here looks very strong, just to take away this bingo line on column B for words ending in like ET or possibly E and then a blank S. So that looks pretty solid. Other options, I guess moved is comparable. Prefer DN to RN a little bit though, just because there are 3 R's in C and 1 D. Once you get NRR, that starts to be pretty clunky. And the D is also just a better tile for scoring too. If we don't draw bingo, the D will help us score a little bit better than the R. So I'm slightly partial to Vommer for that reason. Just not really seeing any other particularly good options. I don't see anything much through this E. Could play Mend to keep a vowel, but it also keeps the V, which is not great. And Vommer is better defensively to block the B column. So I think this is what I am leaning towards doing. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, winched with a blank I. Not gonna work, I don't think. Doesn't play anywhere. We don't have anything through this O, do we? Like ending in down or something? Supposed to like come down. Don't think so. Yeah, and winched definitely doesn't play. You could actually score, I mean, it's not the best play. You could actually make a cool play and score a lot of points here, making a blank Y with Witch. Making the Y on Pixie, but for only 44, it's almost certainly not the right play. Oh, wow, we're close to, like, Wakandas through this O and this S. If our E were an A, we'd have WAHCONDAS, making ape. There are 6 A's unseen, like... I could make a crazy content play and play off an E and go for an A. That would be pretty hilarious. I mean, it's not a good play, but that would be amazing to get that down. But I should probably just do something normal and play like Wench over here. I mean, yeah, because like I could still lose if I mess around like that. I mean, there's a Z and a blank. Like he could play laziest and infills for 100, and I could be pretty quickly regretting that. So it's tempting, but at the end of the day, this is Scrabble and crazy things can happen, and we want to make sure we win. So I think just playing Wench for 30, keeping ED blank, is a little bit more sensible. Just making triple sure I don't have place for Winched or anything through that O, which I don't think I do. Okay. And we have the other blank now. After Oot. And I guess probably just Sugared and Biggs. I mean, it's going to be hard to do better than that, I have to imagine. I wonder if we have any cool 9s to this O and this S. We have like Dangerous and Nose Guard. Neither of those fit. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm just going to play Sugared. And, alright, he plays Urari. This should be a pretty boring finish to the game. We're up over 200, so obviously we're not going to be losing at this point, but I'll try to finish this reasonably well. So we have Aurari with an O-hook. We can't actually score a ton of points there. We don't have to play there. Could play Bodice. Empties the bag, which probably isn't great for spread. Does score a lot of points, but I think we're better off not emptying the bag. So assuming we don't empty the bag, what are our best options? Maybe just something here. I don't really want to play Obi and give him an eye to bingo through with no eyes in the pool. I have like a setup or anything here. Like I have the last eye. I'm wondering if I can take advantage of that somehow. Fortunately, OB isn't good. I can't set it up like that. Of course, there are too many A's and E's unseen anyway to try anything of that sort. So maybe not. Yeah, I mean, I could just play Bodice also. Maybe Oba over here. They do have chances to actually bingo again with this rack. So that's not bad. And there aren't a lot of sevens. I mean, there's stuff like Notelit, but there's not a ton of sevens with that pull. It's pretty duplicitous. Yeah, I could also play something here with Urari. I don't have much, though. I mean, Bode is fine, but not particularly good. I think I'll go with Oba. I mean, the O is kind of nice to keep for... Oh, wait, I have Curari, too. That's good. Yeah, Curari is good, too. Now that I think of it. So why don't I play, like, Cobb? I mean, I could draw a lot of vowels, but it does give me pretty good bingo chances if I can pull 2 consonants. With things like D-lane or radial on the right. I'm just wondering if is this actually better for spread than Bodice or Oba? Maybe Oba. And I save Curari for next turn and have slightly more balance, because it is a little bit vowel heavy. Yeah, Oba's probably a little bit better. I don't want to overanalyze this, though. I mean, the game is completely won, so let's just play Oba. Alright, he plays Toya, and we pull the Z. So... he's got a good rack. He's got Entera and neither of which play Earth, and Harden doesn't play through the H, so I don't think he's going out. He's got a few too many tiles. So I could play maybe something with Curari and then something with the Z. I can't use both the C and the Z with Curari, as far as I can tell. Maybe Adds. I mean, Adds is a lot of points. Do I have anything here? Lad and Daze is not particularly good. So if I play Adds, and I have Lice or Seal on my rack. I have 2 outs. So maybe I just forget about the Curari spot. So if I play like Iced or Aced, then I don't really have much of an out, if anything. We play like Cal too. I just don't think I have any outs left. So I think I should just play Adds. That's probably perfectly fine. I'm not giving him any outs here. So just play Adds. And then go out with probably Seal over here if he blocks that. I have Lice on the bottom left. I feel like that's gotta be fine. I guess I do give him back that. But I mean, he had plays on the top left too, so I don't think that's a big deal. Decile, is that more? 19, 12, 15? No, Seal is still more. Yeah. Okay, so that was a bagging, 539 to 291. We definitely got the better tiles. We got both blanks at the end. We had a lot of S's early on, and just sort of got way too much good stuff early in the game for him to reasonably come back. So probably not much to see here in terms of the analysis, but let's take a look. It may be a fairly quick video since I think this was pretty much just a bagging from start to finish. So jostled, obviously. Yeah, I mean, this wasn't too hard a decision, I think. But given the 10 extra points, and the fact that once either of these plays takes out the snook hook, so the S isn't particularly valuable. Okay, doesn't take an S. And like I said, I'm already keeping 4 more consonants, so the S is another consonant, and getting rid of it does give me another chance to pull a vowel, which will be very helpful. Yeah, he plays yay over here, which looks fine. Yeah, I don't like this yay just because it sets up the Oka's hook, and there is still a decent chance that I kept another S with QIS, so that seems pretty scary. Yeah, hip looks good. Glad I saw that. I was about to play something like Thriver, which is a better leave, but 21 points is way too much to be giving up. So hip, clearly the best play. Fastened only bingo. Yeah, Turfy looks good. Didn't even consider Tux, but RRVY is pretty disgusting. So Turfy seems pretty clear-cut. Infill, probably fine. I mean, doesn't score a lot. He's down 100 and gives him some turnover for the blanks, which he's really going to need. And it's not like he can really do much more, so that seems fine. Yeah, Mirex, Remix. Remix is there too, but obviously worse because EV is considerably better than IV. Vex keeps a nice leave, but 23 points, way too much to give up. So this looks perfectly good. Wab. Up bows is cool. It's a great cleaner upper of the rack. But I don't like it just because it really closes down a lot of the left-hand side of the board, which he's going to need to keep as open as possible to mount a comeback. So, POUT, not a great leave, but it could work out, especially with an E and an S floating. So, seems fine. Yeah, Vendi's is the right play here. Glad I saw that. I was about to play Vive, which isn't terrible, but, I mean, Vendi's between... it does a lot of things, right? It scores a lot of points, it takes out that lane for him, and it also just accelerates the end of the game, which is generally a good thing when you have this kind of a lead, because it'll minimize the amount of turns that your opponent has to bingo, or just to get good plays to come back into the game in general. So this looks good. Tui, yeah, awful rack for him to have at this point. I mean, I guess this is fine. Pistu. I actually don't hate Pistu because it sets up a very sneaky bingo line here with ERP, if he can pull an E, maybe for something ending in IER. It also sets up Pistus if he can pull one of the blanks, which he's going to definitely need at this point. Tui just doesn't open anything because it doesn't take an S. Pistu gives him a few more shots at one of the blanks. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty bleak either way, but I probably would go with Pistu here. It gives him maybe slightly higher chance of a comeback. Yeah, Dev is an option here. I did see that, but I think Vommer is fine. Like I said, just to block down the V column, or excuse me, the B column. Using my V there seems safest given I have the lead. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Dev per se, and it may actually be a little bit better in like a tournament situation to go for extra spread. But I think Vommer is quite reasonable. He plays Gig, yeah, just some gross racks for him here. He's really struggling to get any like E's or good synergy here. Just a lot of junk every turn. Yep, so nothing playable here. Again, the Fish for Wakandas is really tempting, but you got to be smart, especially when your opponent has perfect word knowledge and there's a blank and Z unseen. You know, it would be fun to go for that, but it's just simply not a good play when you have Wench for 30 available, keeping ED blank. Another horrible rack for him. I mean, he just can't get like an E or an N or anything together here. Oot, Sugared looks perfectly good here. Yeah, I mean, this is just a pretty boring game, guys. Like, I didn't really have too much to think about. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably just overanalyze this. I mean, Bodice it's fine. It empties the bag, but at this point, obviously, I'm not going to be losing either way. I could just cash in Curari immediately. I decided to save the C for next turn and keep an extra consonant just for some balance. I mean, I think Abba's totally fine. Yeah, he plays Toia. Ads looks like probably my best endgame. And yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Like, they're really just... this is one of those games where, as we'd say, the tiles more or less just played themselves. Like, there were really no complicated decisions. It's pretty clear, I think, that I played optimally every turn. I mean, there weren't really even any turns where I had significant doubt I was making the right play, to be honest. It's just one of those games, I mean, that sometimes you're just drawing really well and your opponent is just not drawing really well. And if you play enough games, you're going to be on both sides of that. I can promise you that, if nothing else. Yeah, but I mean, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. I don't think there's much else to really see. Good win for us, a pretty big win. So we will take it, but hopefully the next game will be a little bit more interesting for you guys. So yeah, there you have it. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you soon for game number 62. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.